Let's do this here. All right. Is there anyone out there to let me know if the sound is okay? Real quick. All right. Just waiting to see if I get some sound feedback here, and we will get started. All right. I'm picking up on sound real quick. Sound check, sound check. I just want to make sure I don't start rambling and no one can hear me. So, all right. You know what? Let's have faith in technology and let's do this. Klaus, Family Hobbies and Cards, here for our first ever Friday Fun live stream. The point of this live stream is to bring everything together and to remind everyone, yes, once that work week ends, once that trading week ends, we have to balance ourselves, balance our lives with fun, or else we're just going to have a real tough time. So I have a whole fun here. Anyone, any sound? Can you hear the sound at all? All right. All right. We good on sound, everyone? Just trying to figure it out here. All right. Let's see what we got. All right. You guys picking up on my sound yet? Sound check, anyone? I'm going to give it a real quick second here. I'm going to try. Is anyone else able to see the picture? Anyone else out there able to see picture or sound? I'm going to grab another microphone just in case. All right, let's see. All right, sound check, picture check, anyone? Real quick, I just don't want to get lost here. Sound check or picture check. Beer check. Doggy check. All right, let's see. Anyone out there? All right, rock on, man. All right, cool. Thank you, Stock Squatch, for being on. All right, so I'll do that intro all over again. Klaus, Family Hobbies and Cards, welcome to the first ever Friday Fun live stream. The point of this live stream is to bring it all back together and to kind of remind us that there's more to life than work, stocks, crypto, finance, all the other things that kind of keep us crazy during the week. This idea was inspired by something that my wife and I have done now for quite some time, and that is every Friday, stop the have a few drinks. I got my cooler over here. I got my dogs around me. We have a few drinks, hang out, and we just don't talk about work, and we just kind of have some fun. So that's the point of this live stream here. I've got my whiteboard with me. I've got my awesome notepad that's got all the notes. My dogs are barking because my son was just bugging me, but he just gave me the thumbs up that everything is good on the stream, so let's get to it. So one of the first questions I was asked, and this was coming from Joe. Bad doggies, Jesus. This was coming from Joe, and that is the difference between blockchain and internet, technology-wise. And so I'm going to give you my views on it. We're going to go over safety, security, and so forth. So now in terms of blockchain and internet, I'm pretty sure we understand that blockchain is a much safer protocol than a lot of the case. So blockchain has a far superior stance in technology than internet protocol. I don't know how bad finance protocol is over the internet. So that, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be something where the security of blockchain that we could get caught. And what I mean by that is I want you to think of quantum computing. As of everything we know right now, none of us are too worried about stuff because quantum computing isn't there yet. But the moment quantum computing can get to scale for use, whether it's from government entity, large business, or even large private equity investor, that's a scary thought. Because the first person that comes to quantum technology has the ability to outperform every other PC out there together without worry. And so there's actually a research team out there that is actually building blockchain technology to combat quantum computing technology. And basically what they're saying is I believe it's called the race to 8 years or the race to 10 years because they believe quantum computing is going to be available in 10 years. So they want to make sure that they build blockchain code that is able to withstand the sociological aspect of it too. And I think that's super, super important. So that's been a question I've been asked several times. What are my top three? I'll give you my top two. And then honestly, I'm still working on my top three because a lot of these coins need to prove their technology. So that was another good one we had right there. So now let's talk a little bit about something that has been bugging me lately, and it has to do with government overreach. Bitcoin stock, we're going to hang out and chill. If I ever say crypto or finance you drink, probably be super drunk by the end of this. But we're going to talk about this now, not from like the investing edge, but we're going to talk more about this now. How does this apply to us people? So let's get back to this story with Bitcoin and El Salvador. So El Salvador had a supermajority. Their Congress and their president all approved of Bitcoin as their legal currency, which would mean that Bitcoin would be used in every store. It would be used just like the dollar. Now, those of you that don't know this, Ecuador and El Salvador both use the US dollar as their native currency. They have been just decimated, and I mean decimated by crap in terms of inflation. So here, El Salvador is like, dude, let's do Bitcoin, and that'll at least help us buffer some of these inflationary worries, right? Yeah, and the World Bank says no. So the World Bank could go screw off, because seriously, if a country wants to do this, you should let them do this. My thought behind this, and this is my personal thought, I have to take a drink before I do this one. My personal thought is that these Latin American countries that are tethered to the dollar and that are cash strong, right, cash-based economies, projects like all these crypto projects and finance projects are coming in, you see they're getting blocked by a lot of different government and banking entities. And that's, I don't know, I think that is completely wrong. Not a fun thing. It is not at all. So that covers that one there for you right now. The other thing too that I wanted to go over, and this was another question that we had, was someone asked me what fascinated me the most about the human existence. All right, and this was a question I had I have had a real stuff when it comes to work, home, travel, and so forth. And what really, I guess, shocks me the most about the human existence is there's so many of us that are fearful of change, right? We're fearful of change. We complain every day about this is bad, that bad, I hate my job, I hate my life, all this stuff, but yet then we don't do anything about it. So that as a society, as a people, right, these complainers get all this noise, but what change? So that was another thing I wanted to focus on right there, was exactly that. What bugs me the most about the human existence, and that is the fear of all the questions that you guys have posted here. I have got my robust stone notebook. So if you have a question, put them in the comments below. I will gladly answer. This is an Ask Me Anything, grab a drink kind of event. Again, I will put this on later, so if you missed stuff in the beginning, I will put this out there so you can watch it again. All right. Oh, Stock Squatch chiming in. Tornado warning in bad weather. Well, I am glad you're watching me during a tornado warning in bad weather. Hopefully your Wi-Fi doesn't kick out too much. I'm right now enjoying beautiful sunny South Carolina weather, as you can see. But stay safe out there, Stock Squatch. Glad you're chiming in. All right. So the other one I've gotten is, why have you chosen to do a channel on YouTube? All right. Well, I'm getting a little personal with stuff here, and I hope you guys don't mind. And this is actually kind of why I want to be on YouTube. Okay. I am essentially retired. I retired right before my 39th birthday. I've been retired now for a couple of years, and this is my way of helping people. 7 in the morning, lunch videos. I have a lot of fun and I have a lot of energy. Now that I'm, now working and retired, 2 a.m. Eastern time, because I'm spending my time here making YouTube videos and helping people out with finance and just overall life improvement and entertainment. The reason we picked YouTube is because I like the intimate sharing nature that artists. Don't get me wrong. I think everyone would love to have a channel that has got thousands and thousands of subscribers, just tons and tons of fans out there. But the reality is then there's no intimate touch, right? I mean, you can't do that at 2,000, 3,000, 20,000 subs. Maybe their videos only get 1,000 views, 2,000 views at the biggest, if it's a total banger, right? But it's that intimate connection I'm making with these artists and creators that matters so much to me. And what matters to me is that I can do this with you guys, right? Like, I've got people on the screen typing here. I can see I got people watching. This is the intimate bond that I think that the digital revolution has brought to us, right? TV is great and all, we can pause it, fast forward it, and all that cool crap. But can you do this with a creator on TV? I mean, do you ever feel that personal touch? So for me, the YouTube experience was about bringing that personal touch and my creative side and kind of trying to bring like a finance aspect. And, then people ask too, hey, why is your name Family Hobbies and Cards? You guys do tons of finance stuff. I am a huge finance person, right? That is what I do for fun. Finance for me is fun. So you can make fun of me all you want. I love charting. I love doing P&L breakdowns. I love doing finance breakdowns. That is, like, for me, this is fun. I love crypto. I love decentralized finance. Finance is something that I'm into. It's a hobby of mine. Finance is a hobby about decentralized finance. But I trade for fun now. I trade as a challenge, right? Finance is my hobby. And cards is because we are huge Pokemon and baseball card collectors. We collect a lot. We collect a lot. We have shelves and shelves of unopened boxes of stuff. So that's where the title, only because I really want to get my family involved with this, and I wanted it to be more of a family friendly show. Mine is it's family hobbies and cars, and so the hobbies are all inclusive. That's why you're seeing the videos of the hiking stuff out there, because life isn't always about taking stuff seriously. It's sometimes you got to go and you have to enjoy and not let all this finance and work stuff get you and bring you down. All right. And again, if anyone has any questions out there, please comment them down below. I've got my screen fired up right now so I can totally see it. Some of the other topics that people had for me was, and again, if you want a rant, I will do it for you, was inflation and Jerome Powell and what has been happening. Holy crap. I used to be a bigger fan of Jerome Powell. But I got to be honest with you. I see now that he basically kowtows to any political leader that there is, and he doesn't do what's best for the markets in terms of functionality. He does what's best to support leadership. And the problem is, though, that's not what the Fed's job is, right? The Fed's job is to ensure that we have a functioning economy and market, more importantly, stock market, because let's be honest here, that's where they're dumping all their darn money into, right, with all those bonds and so forth. But yeah, so with the Fed, I've lost a lot of faith in them, because think their numbers that they use to tie into inflation don't count energy costs, right? They don't count housing costs. They have this weird housing metric that makes zero sense, right? So they're not aware of how much food, fuel, all that kind of stuff is going up. So when they say, hey, inflation isn't that bad, yeah, maybe to their standard, right? I mean, and that's the whole problem, is the Fed standard is totally garbage. And Jerome Powell and his money printing, he's starting to be an arrogant piece of crap. I'm telling you right now, he is totally starting to turn into just an arrogant piece of garbage that is just ruining stuff. So what's really kind of crap about that, though, is I don't know if anyone caught his last minutes. Dude, what a piece, man. Every month, yeah, of crap companies. Yeah, crap companies. Look it up. Bonds is another word for debt. Just remember that, okay? So anyways, he said, no, not take bonds. These companies aren't improving, right? We that are going to go bankrupt as soon as you stop companies that couldn't, legacy companies. You've heard me rant about that before. These legacy companies have been held back, and they have just been unable to move and unable to get better. So yeah, Jerome Powell printing money. That's why I talk about inflation a lot, because the real inflation data is not just what you're seeing from the Fed. The inflation data is what you're seeing when you go to the store. I got 3 dogs. I've got 3 kids. It's myself and my wife. And I can tell you our grocery bill is going up. We are spending more and more money on food. I know we're spending a heck of a lot more money on gas. We're spending like about $1.25 more a gallon than we did last year. And I can tell you, the economy is now to the trains and the ships. They're not. That just really does bother me. So Jerome Powell, if you're a subscriber, unsubscribe, leave my channel. I hate you. That was my Jerome Powell right here. All right. What else did you guys want to gab about? All right. So I heard another one, which was, what are some of my favorite channels that I watch on YouTube and why? All right. So obviously, we can't list anime, porn, and all that fun stuff. No, I'm kidding. No, so my favorite channels, all right, you guys are going to love this one. So my favorite channels are everything from, on the finance side, I love Kitco and I like Stansbury, right? Kitco and Stansbury do a really good job. They're both independent finance news agencies, so they got really good coverage there. Live streams, and I liked him before when he was editing his stuff. I thought it was a lot better, a lot more fluid than his live stream. But, I get why he did that. Totally makes sense. But yeah, the old me, Kevin, I kind of like that too. So some of my personal favorite ones, and I'll kind of go into why. And shout outs to some of these channels out there. They're not sponsors, nothing like that. This is just stuff I dig. But I dig Sailing the Hoa. It's a group that's kid. I love that stuff. I'm a huge adventure person. I'm a big boater too. So when I see a channel like that, good cinematography, good sound, just really, really great stuff there. The other one I really like is Retired Working for You. And again, look these channels up. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If there's any of these channels you've seen or watched, let me know. And seriously, give them all a shout because I think they're pretty legit creative ones. But Retired Working for You is a story of a guy that just he's in Thailand. He's retired, and now he's pretty much trying to show everyone, how beautiful the Thai culture is. And since the Rona, his channel has really shifted to helping the Thai people and bringing awareness to Thai people. I'm a huge lover of foreign culture. I've traveled a lot myself, so that kind of strikes a chord with me. And he seems like a really good, genuine person. He's Canadian. All right, I think I can forgive the Canadians out there. One of my favorite cities is Quebec City. But yeah, he's a Canadian guy, great accent, really, really good channel. Another one, Sailing Project Atticus. Again, the boat name, I like it. It's a husband-wife couple that is trying to sail around the world, similar to what I'm trying to get my wife to do. The big goal and dream I have for my wife and I is that in a couple years, once our last kid is done with high school, we do something grand and different. We leave the country, we sail the world, we do something and just see what else is out there. I really don't want to miss what else is out there in the world. And one of the other ones that I like watching is Itchy Feet on the Cheap. Yeah, I know it sounds totally crazy as a name, but dude, it is a legit show. The guy is basically in Ecuador. He retired early in his 30s and retired from working for this video journaling and vlogging of Ecuador and the Ecuadorian people and the food scene and the culture. And he's been to China and Vietnam and all these other places. So really, really the old Meet Kevin stuff. He said he's going to be coming back with his old format back. So I'm really excited. So good for you, Meet Kevin, man. Good for you. Yeah, and take down Gavin Newsom too, because that guy's a scumbag as well. I might not be here tomorrow if I keep ripping on all these public officials, but at this point in time, I don't think any of us care. Other favorite on the Chief, and a new channel that I got turned on to, Stacks and Stuff. Dude, it is really cool. So this came into me as a suggested video. And the video that was suggested, and I'm going to butcher the title, so dude, if you're watching, I am so sorry. But yeah, Stacks and Stuff. It was a video where he made a shark, because, nautical on the show. And I'm like, it was a popular phrase, right, before the Reddit crowd got into it. So I got to give him credit for that. So yeah, Stacks and Stuff, another good channel out there for him. All right, who do we have in with us right now? I see we've got 3 people right now on the stream. Is there anyone out there that wants to chime in and ask a question? If not, I'm just going to keep drinking on camera and totally get hammered before my wife gets home, which home at 6. I don't know. I got a little time before I can put a few down. But yeah, let's do some shout outs quick for some of the big fans and subs out there. If you want your name to be mentioned in any of my videos, or if you want your business, your webpage, anything like that, thank you, Stacks Watch. I'll get to that too. If you guys want any help with your pages for free, I'll promote it on my page. I really want to help people out. So again, shout out page, Jake, Robert, Jeff 702, Joe Valdez, jumping in early every darn time while he's at work. Stacks and Stuff, Stocks Watch, you're here. I'm going to answer your question about how long I've been collecting cards. It's going to scare you. Put down how long you think I've been collecting cards, all right? I am 41 right now, so just kind of tell me how many years you think I was collecting cards, and we'll see how close you are. And I'll actually tell you the story of how I got into collecting cards. It's really messed up. So we got Twat Hammer, XXXX, Yasin Kalkin, Metro on the Move. Dude, shout out to them. Huge hiking fan. Love their videos there. An adventure with Nick and Rachel. Dude, husband-wife couple hiking. Love that kind of stuff. So yeah, shout outs for now. If you want to shout out, let me know. Stock is doing good right now. Long I have been for 34 years. Yes, I first started collecting cards in 1987. All right, and I was a light collector in 1987. I focused, and what actually kind of hit me about the 1987 cards was the wood border Topps cards. That is one of my all-time favorite, the wood grain design 1987 Topps. Well, just honestly had to have been one of my really awesome team. They lost to the Astros badly yesterday after pounding the Rays. How does that work? Yep, so that is my thing. That is how long I have been collecting cards. All right, topics. Okay, here's and cons. Digital currency in terms of blockchain, crypto wallets, and all that stuff is a really good idea. And I think we all know what the pros are. And I'm essentially done with my first one, and hope you guys are too. That was 30 minutes into the live stream. We are down with number one, so crack open a new one here. Let the page reload real quick. Again, super happy that you guys have joined. Finish this one off. A nice koozie here. So let's get back to talking about the cons of cryptocurrency. Now that we reloaded our fresh Friday Frosty Brew. All right, so the cons of crypto are this. Part of what's good about cash and cash-based societies is you can hide cash, right? Anyone that's had a business, anyone that's done business can hide stuff, right? I mean, you can hide earnings in cash. I mean, we had our grandparents put their money in a cash under the mattress, right? You can hide it. Obviously, the cons are, pretty issue. Let's just say a cash coin. You can say, but hey, we're not printing out the U.S. dollar in blockchain anymore. Everything we spend. Yeah, everything. Just think about it. Look at what blockchain technology does. It allows those items and transactions to be tracked. So yeah, it's one of the cons is our money would be able to be tracked. Now let's take that a step further. What would happen, let's say you lived in a country where your government regulated you more, told you what to do more. I don't know, made the rules for you. How about that? They could then tell you where you could spend your money if your money was on blockchain technology. They could tell you specifically, hey, out of every $500 that you have, from the government every month, 100 of it has to go on food, 100 of it has to go on drinks, 100 of it has to go on blah, blah, blah. They could dictate that too. All right, take that a step further, because again, blockchain technology can really do some crazy things, especially when it's tied to finance. They could stop you from purchasing items. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine in the code being able to say, hey, no, you are an obese individual. Us as a government is saying, hey, to make you healthier, we are not going to allow you to spend your money on junk food, or we'll give you an allotment every month of, hey, you're allowed to spend $50 a month on junk food. Okay, not that it's going to happen, but blockchain technology makes that possible. Any country that gets into crypto that way can make that possible. In our freaks that are watching this live in. But imagine if some of these more strict regulated countries that have dictatorships, don't want to mention any names because I do want to be around here tomorrow morning, but imagine if those countries had blockchain. They could then tell their citizens exactly what to spend their money on, how much of it, or they could take money away when they ever wanted to, right? Everyone saw the program we had on Protocol 17 for Stellar. Well, Protocol 17 is what's known as clawback protocol. Clawback protocol allows now that governing institution to take money back on a fraudulent or purchase that they didn't think was right, or a transaction they didn't think was right. That would allow clawback protocol to allow governments or regulating entities to say, no, you can't use your money on junk food, you're obese, or no, in your medical records it shows you are an alcoholic. No, you are not allowed to buy liquor with your money. So we're not at that point yet. Actually, we're still far from that point. But that's kind of something that you have to think about. So if we go down that blockchain road, yes, everything is more secure. Yes, the transparency is there. But remember, you can't hide cash, which, hey, a lot of businesses do it, right? They hide cash. I think that's how most of the business on Wall Street get away with. But yeah, you could hide cash on what you purchase. So super, super scary to think about with blockchain technology. All right, other topics for us today. And I have a feeling, I hear the cars coming in the driveway. No, all right, now. Making sure I get enough drinks in before she's here. But what are some of the other things that we wanted to cover on here? Some of the other things is positivity on YouTube. Yes, that is another one I wanted to bring up too. So one of the other reasons why we chose YouTube as our platform is the positivity and the collab of creators out on YouTube. I have worked heavily in industries where all we have done is fought each other. Price war, right? I have worked in an industry where I've literally seen the two biggest companies in that global industry in the world go head to head price wise, basically just knock each other down to the point where they just started eroding their margins to nothing. If you want further details on my previous experiences with that, I will gladly talk about that. But yes, that is the problem. In your traditional business world right now, businesses compete against each other. But on YouTube, you see it. A lot of people each other. In fact, some of the behind the scenes stuff with YouTube, a lot of the stuff that's on your creator pages, right? And the creator page is stuff that's on your YouTube studio page. So for those of you that don't have like a creator style account, I'm a little stiff right now. For those that don't have a creator style account, what happens is you get a page and it's a creator page. It shows you a whole bunch of analytics, a lot of resources, stuff like that. And a lot of things that are brought up is how do you work together? Work together with others. Find other people that are in your niche. Share your resources. Spread your resources. That sharing and spreading of resources, I think, is super, super helpful. And I love the positive nature of that. So again, getting back to why we picked YouTube as our platform, I can integrate art, I can integrate sound, video, picture, still, you name it, but it's also a positive collaboration environment. And speaking of positive collab environments, I wanted to give a huge shout out there to the Reddit community. I owe the Reddit community a lot of thanks and a lot of gratitude for the amount of support I have gotten from Reddit. And I'm not talking about like the amount of views that we have. I'm talking about like support from people suggesting articles to stories to, I've had people help with corrections on articles on stories to make, me a better, producer of that content. So Reddit, honestly, you have been a huge, huge support, and I am totally grateful for all the support on Reddit. So for any of the Reddit fans or any of the fans that found us on Reddit, huge thank you to you and huge thank you to the Reddit community. Okay, so now we're going to get into some stuff here, and it's 41 minutes into the stream officially, and I think what we need to start doing is what is going to be our direction of the channel. And I'm only looking out in the distance because, like I said, I am trying to drink enough before my wife gets home so that she has to drive for the rest of the day. See, that's a good strategy. Any of you husbands out there, dude, just get hammered before your wife gets home and then she has to drive. I mean, do a few chores so like it's not all totally like loser. Like, knock out some dishes, knock out some laundry, do some vacuuming. Or, the best thing is like wash your wife's like pillows and blankets and stuff. Because that's, pillows, blankets, intimate sleeping stuff. Dude, you'll gain points and they'll be like, oh, but sweetie, I've already had like 4 beers. You're going to have to drive the rest of the night. So it works. I mean, hopefully my wife isn't going to watch this part of live stream, but yes, that does work. So let's talk about what the vision is though. All right. The big vision of the channel is going to have to go even further. All right. What do you mean by that, Klaus? Well, we got to do something big and we got to do something grand. So for me, there's going to be a whole bunch of behind the stuff scenes but the big thing that's going to be happening now for the channel going forward is that we are going to be stockpiling money, resources, and a whole bunch of other goodies because next year in the spring, we're going to launch a massive project. I mean, massive project. I mean, to the point where I am selling the majority of my possessions to finance some crazy project. Now, what that project is, I haven't narrowed it down to the final one yet. I do have a list, though, of the things I have narrowed it down. I've got it down to about 5 different things that I want to do. So now, with that in mind, and of that list of the things I want to do, again, I'm just going to do some logistics on it. We're going to build some cash piles up, and then we're going to share that adventure with you. And we're going to actually do like a legit, real, behind-the-scenes journey on what that adventure is. And I don't want to spoil it too much because, again, we haven't narrowed it down to the specific adventure yet. But yes, that is the goal for the channel. It is to stockpile resources. And And again, I'm going to be selling pretty much everything I have, or things that I don't want, and I am going to be embarking on a massive journey, and I'm going to take the channel with in spring 2022. So yes, we're going to try to keep building the content for finance till then, and then we're going to go and do a massive journey. All right, and for anyone that has joined us, please put any questions you got down below. I'm seeing people jump in and out all the time. It is super great. The support's been awesome. Hit the thumbs up if you like what you're watching. I will be sure to post this live stream so that even if you couldn't miss it, if you missed the beginning, if you missed my Jerome Powell rant, if you've missed how many beers I've already had, you'll be able to watch that live stream and hang out and enjoy it. All right, some of the other things that I wanted to go over too, which was differences in terms of, do you guys want to do something fun, or do you guys want to talk like more finance stuff? Because I mean, we could do all sorts of stuff. We could talk about like boating adventures. We could talk about all sorts of things, you know. And in fact, let's go with boating, right? So boating, we are based in South Carolina, and our boat is actually on the ocean in Beaufort right now. So when we get the chance, when we have time, we like to take our boat out, cruise around, you know, the ICW in South Carolina, Beaufort, Hilton, that area, fish, do all that kind of fun stuff out there. It is lots and lots of fun. We've got a 27 Carver. It sleeps, I don't know, we could probably sleep like 8 people on the boat, and we could probably seat, I don't know, maybe like 12, 14 people comfortably on there. It's a pretty decent sized boat. Really cool. Got a cabin, bathroom, really neat thing. We love taking it out. Maybe we'll take it out for Father's Day. It was really cool. It actually ended up being a Father's Day gift for myself last year. Yeah, I did. I caved in, bought myself a boat last year for Father's Day because it'd been a couple years since we had one. So it's really cool to get back into it. But yeah, so the boating stuff has been a huge thing that's been a personal focus and fun, just journey of mine. I've been boating and fishing since I was a kid. I've had 3-4 boats now, and I love it. I completely love the whole idea of boating and fishing. Love going on the water. We love spending nights out on the water. Yeah, we actually sleep on our boat on anchor. We got videos of it too. It was really cool. We do. We love going boating, fishing. It's just fun. So we love the whole southern atmosphere. And in fact, for the people that were listening just a few minutes ago, that might be one of the adventures we embark on in 2022. I'm not going to rule anything out, but I would not be surprised if one of the options that we have going forward is we end up buying like a 32, 33-foot trawler, and I get a cool Wi-Fi internet thing going, and I just travel the world with my boat. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to rule anything out, but that's kind of what I was thinking. But I will be sure that whatever journey that we do next year in spring of 2022, that we bring you guys with, because it is super important that I explore and share everything with you guys. All right, let's see some of the other cool things that we want to hop on, and you guys are going to love this one. And hopefully I don't knock the camera over. Hopefully I don't break anything. I'm going to move my studio monitors out of it. We're going to see the doggies real quick. Ray, come here, sweetie. So I have 3 German Shepherds, and this actually right here is Ray Shepherd mix. Her name is Ray, and that was my other little puppy Shepherd, Ray, sweetie. Get out of the way, baby. That we rescued her. She actually had sit down, sweetheart. She actually had no fur. It was really sad. I'll try to see if I can find some old pictures of her. But like on her sides, right, like her rib cage, she was completely bare skinned. She was covered in bugs. She was bad. She had sores, bites, you name it. I mean, it was great. And then I have my other Shepherd here. Yeah, Ray, stop, sweetheart. So this is Leia, this other Shepherd that we have, a little bit smaller. She is, here, go get it. Oh, shoot. Here, go get it. Leia is our other Shepherd that we have. She is medium sized, around 50 pounds, all white, purebred Shepherd. We have had her since she was a puppy. Great dog. And we also have my big boy out there, which is Kenobi. Hey, bud. Kenobi. Come here, bud. And Kenobi is my favorite. I know you're not supposed to have favorites with kids, but no one said anything about having favorites with dogs. Come over here, big guy. No, you're all right. Come on. Yeah, you're okay. Come here, bud. Right here. Yeah, come on. You're okay. You're okay. Come here. Come here, bud. All right, sit down. Sit down, big guy. Sit down. Yeah, good boy. He is my big boy. He is my old doggy. Lay down, big guy. Yeah. He is. He is. He is my hunting dog. He is my companion dog. He is absolutely massive. This is the biggest dog I've ever had, but he is the biggest sweetheart in the world. So yes, we have 3 German Shepherd dogs that now that they know that I'm on camera and they know what my eyes are focusing on, they're going to probably be bugging me all the time. But yes, I hang out with my big doggies all the time. I'm with them a lot. We are a huge German Shepherd fan. So when you guys were suggesting, look into Shiba Inu coin and Shiba token, I was like, all right, I got a soft spot for dogs, so I guess I'll just have to do it. See, like I said, now that they know that the camera's here, they're just not going to stop, and they are going to hog the camera. Sweetheart, go, you guys, go. Thank you. They're actually really, really good dogs. The white one and the brown one here are both very well trained hunting dogs. They're upland bird hunting dogs. Some of the best hunting dogs you've ever seen. I used to get made fun of all the time for hunting and bringing German Shepherds when everyone else, would have their pointers and retrievers. Leia, sweetie, you gotta get out of there. But yeah, they are amazing dogs. They are with me 24/7. They go where I go. It's just a lot of fun to have dogs. So that I know, that was one thing that someone had asked too, was how many dogs I have. I do throw the dogs in videos every once in a while. And for those of you that watch, every once in a while you can hear my dogs breathing in the background. So if you guys, now that you know I'm here, stop, right? So every once in a while in the background, what I have to do is I have to add music to certain things, or I have to start clipping sound. So if you ever wonder why there's some weird clips and transition, it's because I'm trying to get rid of some of their noises that they make. Because again, if I were to do this live stream in the studio, what happens is they will be outside the door and he'll start pounding on the door and then he'll start crying. Then the other big one who's coming around right now, she will start doing the same thing and she will actually start ramming into the door. Then the white one, she will actually start crying in the background and start howling. And then I have to stop what I'm doing, edit. I have to open the doors and then I have to let them stop, guys. I have to let them into the room. So that's why we couldn't do the live stream in the studio, is because seriously, they would pound on that door. So that's why I did it outside, so that way they can screw around outside and I can screw around with the dog. So I'm a huge dog lover out there. Family's big dog lovers. These guys are a huge part of what I do, and they're always with us. We haven't tried taking them on the boat yet. I don't know how that would be, because the boat's big enough. Like I could put like a pee pad on the deck. That's not a big deal. It is. It's a big enough boat. I'm not too worried about that. It's just I don't know how they would handle not having the space to run around. To kind of give you guys an idea, and I'm not ditching anyone here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. So one of the reasons why I cannot bring the dogs with on the boat is because, and let's see if I can do this without ruining my beer. Right. All right. So one of the biggest reasons why the dogs, it's tough for them to go on the boat, is because they are used to this. They are used to all of this space to run around. All right. We have lots, and this is only the side lot here. So yes, the dogs have plenty of space to run around. So that's the other kind of concern I have. Like if I were to take them onto the boat, are they going to be able to get their exercise? And I can tell you right now that the hard part with the dogs is they need exercise, right? These shepherds really do. So that is one of my concerns with, how do you do it, bringing your dogs on the boat. So I know you guys have asked me that one. If I have any dog fans out there, please share your stories with the dogs. I'm a huge dog fan. Again, Ray was my rescue dog. She surprised us that she made it. She really, really did. Again, she had 0 fur on her ribs. Her tail was chewed. It was bad. It was bad. My brother and I were helping a lady out on her farm, and we saw this dog. The dog covered in fleas, spiders, you name it. Literally, when we picked the dog up, all right, my brother tells a story. When he picked the dog up and put the dog in the car, he could see her skin moving, and it wasn't her skin, it was all the bugs. And for the first 4 days, we had to give her special baths 2 to 3 times a day, just to see if we can get the fleas and ticks and all that stuff to go away. It was a very, very hard thing to go through as a dog parent. Our other 2 dogs, Leia and Kenobi, and again, you'll see Big Kenobi. His big head's right there. Here you go, buddy. Now you get camera time, big guy. But yeah, the other two, they were super healthy. We really haven't had any issues with her. We haven't had any issues with Ray, the other dog that was a rescue. It's just that when we first got her, she was in really, really bad shape. So that's the story on the doggies. I'm going to give you guys just a little bit more room on the camera here so you can see everything. But yeah, that is kind of what are the things that I wanted to go over. Some of the things that we also wanted to talk about on the channel too is what direction should the channel go. I'm not sure. Again, I brought it up earlier, but I don't know if any of you guys are Meet Kevin fans. He just had a huge article not an article, he just had a huge news program where he basically said, I'm done with the live daily news coverage stuff. And it's because it's just news isn't the same anymore. All right, Stock Squatch chimed in. What kind of trees are those? Green ones? No, dude. We've got a whole slew of trees. Like literally, I mean, we're surrounded by the forest. We are totally rural. We're in the foothills of the upstate of South Carolina. So I know it's a bunch of maples. We've got some crap pine out here, but to be honest with you, I don't know what kind of trees they are. I know that the soil out here is very heavy and dense clay, so it makes growing stuff really hard. So like for our garden, right? That's I guess a good way to put it. Like our garden has to be like above ground because the soil is it's compact clay garbage. Very few things will grow in there. So when you actually see like the trees like this, you'll see it. You'll see a lot of spindling trees out here just because the soil isn't as strong as what I was used to up north. I used to spent a ton of time. Actually, used to live in Wisconsin too, and I spent in Michigan. It's not the same fertile growing area up there. So yes, Stock Squatch. I don't know what they are. They're green trees, but it is different than up north because I thought Stock Squatch. If I wasn't were you Minnesota or something like that? I'm trying to keep up with everyone and where they're from. But yeah, I think it is. It's a different growing environment out here. Before we lived here, we lived in North Carolina. God, now the more places I think about it, I've lived like holy crap in all these different places. But yeah, it's a different growing environment down here. In fact, like any of you wine people, right? If I have any winos out there, or if my wife's listening, your ears are probably burning right now, or even if she's not listening, your ears are burning because I'm talking about it. But yeah, wine is super hard to grow out here. The only kind of grapes that we can grow in this area is muscatine grapes, and it is an acquired taste. Really kind of have to get used to that taste and flavor. It's not like up north. We've got like really cool fruit wines, right? When you go up to like Wisconsin, Dork County, the UP, Boulder Junction, Minocqua. Yeah, I think you guys know what I'm talking about there. Or even, Lake of the Woods, stuff like that. You have tons of fruit wine places up there to pick from. Where here, because of our ground and our grape selection, you don't have the same. So for fruit wines and drinks out here like that, actually a lot of our grapes and stuff are actually imported. Kind of a weird, kind of hidden thing. So no, South Carolina is not wine country. All right, let's see what else do we got here. We are going through a whole bunch of stuff, and I don't want this to go too long because we're doing this just as the first one, and I want to learn Russia. And I know this is going to be a weird one, okay? But I wanted to cover this because I wanted to get it out there. So Russia just recently said, hey, we're going to raise rates. They're going to raise rates by 50 basis points. Dude, Putin's like, oh, we're going to do this. Meanwhile, what is our government doing? No, it's keeping interest rates low. So who's going to get out of this inflation first? The country that's taking the tough steps to raise rates, to say, hey, stop all this inflation crap? The country that keeps printing money over and over and over again? Yeah, I think we kind of know the answer to that one. So honestly, that's another big concern regarding the inflation thing. I didn't mean to jump to that, but it was on my notes here, and I really, really wanted to break it up. One of the other things, too, I wanted to do, and I wanted to get everyone's opinion on it, is how should we bring stories, all right? I try to cover the news regarding stuff. And for those of you that don't know, I released an article last night at 2 a.m. Eastern about Mana Decentraland, all right? It was a really huge article. There was a record a real estate purchase in there, massive, massive news. I broke the story. I think I literally published it at 2 a.m. I started on it just around 1:05 in the morning. And I want to see what are your guys' thoughts on releasing stories. I don't want to release stuff on a schedule, because what if I say, hey, I'm going to release every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or, you know, whatever the case may be, and a big story breaks on a day I don't cover it. Well, then you guys are going to look for the story. So kind of just wanted everyone's opinion on, do you like how we're releasing stories? Is it good that we're just releasing them, you know, when they come out? I don't want to get on a schedule, because I really feel like I just want to keep the news pertinent, right? The faster you get the news, the better you can react to it with your investments. So if you could, when you watch this video, let me know what your thoughts are on that. All right, we're going to go just for a few minutes more here. And if you can identify what kind of frosty beverage this is just by the neck of this bottle, you're either an alcoholic, you drink a lot, or you're an alcoholic. So if you can recognize what this drink is, it's a German drink. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It is a German drink. You know, it is not Beck's. It is a different drink. All right, some of the other things to go over. So baseball and baseball cards. All right, so obviously I'm a huge collector of cards, and one of the things that has shocked me recently is what's been happening with PSA and their PSA submissions. It has been crazy to see the prices that they're charging for cards being submitted and the turnaround time. I right now have a box. I think I've got 23 or 24 cards in my order that PSA now has had for, I think I'm at month 10 right now, and I'm a member at PSA. I'm at month 10 for my cards that I've submitted, and these were some of my big hitters. I took a little risk, you know, and when the Rona was bad, I sent off some big hits in, and it's been 10 months since I've seen them. So I admit I am a little bit nervous that PSA has my stuff, especially since I sent in some really wicked error cards too. Some really wicked error cards that I sent in. So yes, the whole PSA baseball, see that baseball is back. Again, huge White Sox fan, Southside pride. Can't miss it with the redheaded Southside Irish wife that I have. We are huge Sox fans. We got the Sox banner over there somewhere, and loving it. Love to see baseball back. Every car that drives by. Do you ever watch that thing with Cartman, where when Cartman's girlfriend goes, like, Cartman's always happy, and then when his girlfriend comes in, he's always like, oh, okay. I'm just kind of looking to see like what car it is that's like coming down my street. So kind of funny. I just want to, like I said, want to make sure that I drink a little bit before the old wife gets here. But yeah, it's going back to baseball. It's good to see that baseball's back. It's good to see the stands back. It's good to see that the White Sox are relevant. Happy to see it. I don't know, big baseball fans. So the year that the Rona shut down baseball a little bit, that was a hard one to watch. So yeah, that answers the baseball one for me. But other than that, I don't know if I want to ramble too much longer. Again, this was the first live stream. Don't know if it was super interesting for everyone, but I just kind of wanted to hang out, start getting the vibe for stuff, start seeing, you know, what kind of response we would have. We've gone for a little bit over an hour here. I'll probably give it just a few more minutes just in case anyone out there in Central Time gets off at 5, you know, that y'all can hang out. So again, if you want me to stay, I'll stay on forever. I have a whole cooler of frosty beverages, and I can drink like Frank the Tank, so I will be okay. So shit, I could even live stream as late at night as you want. So yeah, let me know if there's stuff that you want me to cover right now. People are jumping on and off on the live stream left and right, so it's kind of, I'm trying not to get distracted by the mic, but I'm just trying to make sure that I keep up with everything too, because every once in a while my screen kind of flashes out on me. But yeah, it's been a blessing and a pleasure to do this with the videos. You know, it's not about the subscribers, it's not about the views. For me, what it's really about is the interaction and the comments. For those of you that post comments out there, you see, I respond back. And I had one yesterday. Someone was like, oh, hey, sorry for the long email. No, don't apologize. You send me as long a messages as you want, and I will get to them. I mean, it's really important that I bond and connect with people out there. Since I've retired, that is one of the things I miss. I miss connecting with people. I miss connecting with coworkers. I miss connecting with my leads and other supervisors. I miss that. And so for me, this is kind of my way to get that bond back with people. So by sharing this stuff here online, by sharing it through the YouTube platform, by sharing it with these live streams like this, where we can have Frosty Brews and start putting them down more and more and more, which it's kind of a slow pace. If I'm at 2 for an hour, that's pretty slow, to be honest with you. So I kind of have to speed it up. But this is about the intimate sharing experience between creator and viewer. This is about my way of sharing how I see life, right? Through my eyes, through my camera, through my ears, and how I project it and portray it to you. So, yes, there's going to be a lot of content out there that's going to be a little different. That's because I portray it my way and kind of swing it kind of my way, like how I see life. So, I don't know. You guys let me know what we should cover on the channel going forward. Again, I don't want to go too deep into heavy stuff here, but the biggest thing is that I am so glad that I was actually able to have a few people join on. No, my life is not going to become an app. I hope not. Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, I just had someone put when your life becomes an app. Yeah, it's not. I'm still going to keep it personal. I still got to keep it me. I'm not that person, right? Like you guys even see, like I don't do all the stupid like to the moon shit. Like even recently, like just take a look at some of my videos just recently, right? Like if you go on my video list, you'll see that the last, I don't know, maybe like 10 of them, like I've kind of messed around with the clip art on them, right? Well, the reason I've messed around with the clip art is because I'm trying to like increase like the clicks through views, right? I'm trying to kind of work through the algorithm stuff. But like I also struggle because I'm not going to put fake crap out there. I mean, how many XLM to $10 fake videos can you watch? Right? I mean, how many can you really see till you're like, dude, really? There's some like 16-year-old kid in some like racing gaming chair going, yeah, XLM is going to hit $20 here by the end of June. And you're like, dude, what the hell are you talking about, man? You have no idea what you're talking about. So no, I'm not a hype person. I really try to shoot it straight. I try to shoot it as if this is how life is. So it's not always going to be positive. It's not always going to be daisies and all that other kind of shit. It is just going to be realistic portrayal of how life is. So yeah, let me know if there's anything you could think of for me to improve the channel. You need another dogfish. Well, I probably have to go faster then because, I mean, if you need another, I guess I need another one too. And now my big doggy is barking at me, so I'll just drink another one real quick. Uh-oh. The dogs are going to freak out here because I'm pretty sure my wife is home. So, yeah. So, he's having another dogfish. I'm going to crack open another one here. Again, if you could recognize the type of beer that I am drinking, like I said, you're either an alcoholic or you've drank a lot, or you're not an alcoholic because you know how to control your beer and pound it down like a champ. But yeah, that's how it is. I'm going to keep finishing these. Some of the other ones too is, again, I wanted to do a huge shout out to Joe Valdez. Joe has been it's a huge bunch of effort. The other person I wanted to give a huge shout out to is Jake Robert. Jake is one of our fans over in Europe. Jake was actually the one that kind of gave me the suggestions on how to improve the studio with the video and sound stuff. And so the moment he said that, that is when we totally redid the studio. We went with the whole green screen idea, full monitor system. It is a totally cool and unique setup. One of these days, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take like kind of a behind the scene video of what the studio looks like. Okay, I get it. Like, dude, come on. But the problem is, right, they're doing it just to hook you in, not to keep you. And that's kind of what I can say is a lot of viewers that have jumped onto this channel, they stay because it's not just like bullshit hype, man. It's just real stuff. So yeah, dude, you are totally right. Or what was the one I used? Like the J Pounder, I think is what I called it instead of Twat Hammer the one time. Yeah, it was like the J Pounder. I was like, oh, that's a pretty fucking legit one. I don't know if I could say that, but we'll find out sooner or later. But yeah, it's true. The whole to the moon thing is just, I think that's what screwed everyone up crypto wise, right? Everyone thought this was going to be a to the moon adventure, and we're all sitting here going, no. I mean, in fact, my original videos were calling for XLM valuations of $1 within like a year to 2 years. So that would have put it out to like mid to late 2022. I was saying XLM at $1. Like that's kind of what my viewpoint is, and I thought that was kind of bullish, right? And that was based on what I thought was going to happen a lot with inflation concerns. So yeah, that's kind of how I thought that was going to go down. So yeah, we're just hanging out here with the dogs in the backyard, grabbing some beers. For those of you that are just joining now, what we're doing, you can't see it because my big doggy's ears are in the way, but we're stacking beers up on the table there that we're finishing. I'll keep streaming as long as you guys want. As long as you guys say yes, and as long as I got beers in the cooler right here, I will gladly keep streaming. Just let me know if there's any topics you want me to cover. Twat Hammer Dude, if there's anything you want me to cover, or if there's any question you want to ask, appropriate or not, I will gladly answer it now because, like I said, I'm not the person to cover crap up, and I'm not really going to hide it from stuff. Fair warning, my dogs are about to freak the F out. I can hear them already. My wife just got home. Oh, crap. They are going to be loud. So you're just going to have to bear with me just a little bit as the dogs freak out. What's going to happen is she's going to open the door, and the big fat dog, the big fat black dog I got, who is now knocking the deck, she is going to start pounding the door. So just hold up here, everyone, because the dogs are going to get loud. So while the dogs are getting loud, are you holding it to go down to 27? Like, is that what your next buy signal is 27 cents? Because I got to be honest with you, I'm very cash heavy right now. I've liquidated quite a few of my assets. There you go. I liquidated quite a few of my assets. I'm actually holding a little bit more aggressively than that. To be honest with you, my buy signal is even lower than 27 right now. I'll dabble like 27, 26, 25, but my full-on buy, I mean, I'm talking like full boat, let's start backing the Brinks truck up, is going to be a bit lower than that. I don't know how crazy low I want to say, but yeah, I am. I'm looking a little bit lower than that. So yeah, is there anything else that you guys want me? No, bud, get out of the way. Want me to go over? Like I said, the dogs are going to spaz here real soon because my wife's home from work and they're going to freak. Uh-oh. You just take them inside real quick. All right, cool. No, you're all right. Yeah, you can take him inside. You're fine.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Come on, Ray.
Well, she might not want to go inside, but.
Come on. Let's go. Come on.
Well, they've been fine. You can keep them out here, but they're fine.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right. Sorry about that. We had temporary technical difficulties. Come here, big guy. My big dog's hanging out with us. Come here, bud. See, he never leaves my side. Yeah. I'm thinking the same thing too. I'm looking at this. Sorry, guys. Like I said, he doesn't go anywhere without me. So if he sees that I'm not going anywhere, why don't you get your butt out the camera, big guy? If he sees that I'm not going anywhere, he's not going to go anywhere either. So yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing that's going to happen, right? And this is what I'm thinking about, when it comes to like, XLM, XRP, and, and crypto in general, is the moment we get regulation, and feeling the moment you have more possible. And in fact, I got something for you guys to look up, and it's a rough draft of a story I'm working on. Come on, bud. Come on, stop. Sit down. You can be a big guy. It's okay. I'm right here. Big guy. No, it's all right. You can lay down. Lay down, buddy. No, lay down. It's okay. Here. He's my old dog. I got to be next to him. Lay down, big guy. Lay down. Come on. There you go. Oh, good boy. All right, bud. I'll rub you. All right? I'll rub you while we're on cam. He's going to lay right on my monitor right now. But no, kind of what I was talking about was with the coins is right now there is a thing going on that the Securities Exchange Commission right now is under some heavy heat. And the reason they're under heavy heat right now is there are several Bitcoin ETFs that want to fire off, but they can't until they get blessing from the SEC. What's messed up about that is why is the SEC dragging their feet? I mean, come on. This is the same reason why the World Bank is holding back El Salvador from moving forward with helping them with their Bitcoin projects. So I think there's a little bit of shadiness going on with that. And I think it's kind of something that we all have to pay attention to as investors. And I have to do my due diligence, right? My DD, daily drinking. Yeah. That's good to show everyone on cam that I can drink, right? All right. So yeah, that's what we got going on. Price points for stuff, Decentraland and Mana, that's another big one. I don't know how much people are paying attention to that. I did release that late story last night, super, super late, 2 a.m. Huge buying in Decentraland. Massive, massive purchases in Decentraland and the metaverse ecosystem. So I dig dogs, man. So no, I'm glad you dig the dogs. I did the dogs too. Let me know about your pugs. It's kind of cool stuff. But yeah, it is. It's something that I'm keeping an eye on because with the land, come on, you're telling me that it's just now that they break 2 real estate records in less than a week. 2. The first one was 700 something thousand. I don't know. You guys could totally like edit the shit out of me on this one, but I think the first one was like 732,000, and then I think the second one was 907 or 13,000. I just did the story last night, and yeah, so it is 2 record-breaking purchases in less than a week for estates in Decentraland. The people that buy estates are planning on launching big business ventures. What that big business? No, it's not Bex. Bex is green. This is brown, man. God, no. Bex, this is a different German beer. But I can't give you that, so that would give it up. All right, it's a German Pilsner with, and this is the part that sucks, only 4.8% alcohol by volume. So once I'm done with these, I'm going to have to move into more adult level beverages and get deep into the double digits and enjoy myself. So no, it is not Bex. Bex is a green bottle with a silver label. Who is the alcohol? Remember, it's only alcoholism if it's a problem. I don't have a problem drinking. I'm really good at finishing my beer. All right. So other than that, let's see, what else should we cover? I'm gonna only, but again, what I do is make sure that we use this channel to keep bringing good out there. So if you have a channel, if you have a website, a Twitter, a YouTube, you name it, a Facebook page, a business that you want promoted on this channel, I will totally do it for free for you. Obviously within reason, like I can't like spend like 80 hours a week just making some crazy video. But no, seriously, I'll totally help you out because I believe in it. And I really believe in helping people out. Like I said earlier, with me being retired now, I miss working with people. Like I miss helping people. I miss the problem solving. I miss all that kind of stuff. So this is going to give me that opportunity to do that. Dogs are in the background playing. It's kind of really neat because they're all running. But my big guy's right here just doesn't want to go too far. My big boy, right? Yeah. All right. Anyone else have? Oh yeah, I know. There's something I wanted to cover. Here you go. Okay, so last night, as I was doing the research on that Decentraland land purchase, I ran across. No, you can't have that. I ran across in some Reddit posts that were talking about the Decentraland Atari project. And I don't know if any of you guys remember, I talked about Decentraland and Atari, and like, no, there's no way Atari is going to 400 people at one time. Like that Bush League type of crap right there. Like you expect, like, dude, if you're gonna come into a project, you come in and you commit hard, man. Like that is what it's supposed to be. Hold on, I'm just adding a little thing here. It's brown bottle, old. I'm describing my beer right now that I'm drinking. But yeah, so no, the Atari Decentraland project. I think it was good in terms of what they did as being pioneers. I'm going to have to probably give them low scores on execution. I don't think they marketed it well, and they probably didn't market it well because they probably didn't have the infrastructure, or they handled it like a bunch of candy asses and didn't want to risk heavy finance. Be like that, there's a bee in front of the camera. They didn't want to maybe risk the heavy finance of putting the money in and not getting anything out of it. Well, you guys lost out because, yes, you were good as the pioneer, but now other companies are going to come in and they are going to destroy you. All right, hold on. I got what rant on the potential of Oculus crushing the I mean, do you really see that happening though? I mean, I guess yeah. I mean, I kind of see it, but I mean, at the same time too. I mean, like, okay, so let me ask you, what is your like, what is going to make that happen in your opinion? Let me ask you that first, right? You're talking about Oculus crushing Decentraland, right? I mean, so do you see it happening? I mean, is that the fear on your end? My fear regarding the Decentraland project is that people aren't aggressive. I'm telling you, you got to be aggressive now. If anything that we have seen recently in the market has taught us, you have to act fast and you have to pivot on a dime. Legacy companies are effing done. Yes, they are done. Look at the Ford Lightning. Yes, I had an original Lightning. Well, I don't want to say original. I had the second gen Lightning. I want the cool blower on the top. Yeah, the 5.4 with the blower that screamed like a fucking bastard. Yes. Ford puts out a new Lightning. I got all excited. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a sport truck, dude. This is going to be sick. They already had the Raptor, which was like their off-road, kind of Baja inspired one. I was like, yo, they're going to go Ford Lightning. This is going to be amazing. I'm going to effing love this thing. No, and then it's some like EV piece of crap. I was like, dude, what is this? Okay, that's the idea of legacy, and that's the idea of pivoting quick. Companies that don't have legacy, okay, can pivot fast. Tesla can pivot fast. Tesla can go all electric, and everyone's like, oh, hey, this is the greatest freaking thing in the world. Ford goes electric, and people are like, oh, you suck. We want our big block displacement engines and all that stuff. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Sorry, I was just reading a comment. I don't mean to get distracted with the whole Ford thing. I'll come right back to you. I just want to finish on my Ford rant. But yeah, so Ford is a company because of legacy, right? Because of all the years of internal combustion engine, they can't pivot. That's why they're dinosaurs. That's why GM is dinosaurs. That's why GM. Who did GM do that deal with? Nikola, right? Yeah, it was Nikola, right? They did that and they found out it was all fraud. Like, dude, that's how crappy these legacy companies are, man. These non-tech heavy companies just don't have it. I mean, they just don't freaking that were able to start serving remote menus were the ones they passed this summer. The restaurants that could not adapt, right? And did their whole, well, no, you have to come in the store to play, no, they did not make it. My wife and I traveled up and down the East Coast all during the Rona. Say what you want, don't care. We had fun, we traveled, that's what we believe in. We could tell you the businesses that adapted and made it and the businesses that didn't. I can tell you firsthand in town where I live, 2 different restaurants that had some of the best food ever. I mean, like really legit, like hardcore food, but failed because they could not capture and figure out how to do delivery and online ordering. They were more mom and pop style businesses. They didn't have the tech savviness way to do it, and they just got. I don't remember if it was the first one. What was the first Mercedes one? The first Mercedes vehicle was electric. Check that out. Yeah, first Mercedes vehicle was electric. Ford, I don't remember if Ford was on alcohol, but I do know the first Mercedes was electric, so that was a good rant on that. But yeah, it was. These mom and pops restaurants, man, they could not make it. They couldn't make it because they couldn't pivot. Their product was superior, but they couldn't pivot. They couldn't make it. I mean, Walmart, okay? Walmart did all of a sudden, hey, you can do, site to store. You could do order online and curbside pickup and all that. They understood how to pivot through the economy. And I think that's where we're going to kind of see the men from the boys here, right? Is the people that pivot economically are going to be able to do it successfully. And just so you know, I am a Ford fan. I had a Ford SUT. I have a 2-stage nitrous Mustang in the garage. That's actually one of the things I'm going to sell to fund my future project. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, for those who watched earlier. Yeah, I'm a huge Ford fan. Don't bring up Ford to my wife. Oh, I was a huge Mustang guy. My wife's around here somewhere. If she hears me say Ford, she's already giving me the finger right now. So no, I probably should not bring Ford up anymore. We had a Ford Windstar that just gave us so many problems. She's again giving me the finger because of the Windstar. So yeah, don't bring up Ford to my wife. Prohibition was to convert him from alcohol to gas. They didn't. Yeah. You know what? I totally get that. And that goes back to government control, right? I mean, Okay. Oh, okay. Here you go. You're gonna love this story. Okay, so I research anywhere. I would say I research anywhere from 12, 15, 18, 20 stories a day. I'd say 12, 20 stories a day I research. And I maybe pick one, maybe two tops that I actually run with once I validate that they're not, complete horseshit and just written off by people with an agenda. But one of the stories that I had researched earlier was about vehicles in production and had to do with the chip shortage. All right. So right now, the United States is going through a chip shortage. Most of the computer chips are made in Taiwan, and during the Rona chip shortage or chip manufacturing was shut down. During the chip manufacturing shutdown, China then started buying chips en masse, right? The chips that they bought, a lot of them were used in car safety equipment. So our current administration, previous administration, whatever one you want to go with, has been touting that we need to have certain EPA and MPG standards by 2024, 2025, 2030, and so forth. We've all heard about this stuff. So right now, there are over 2 million cars in the United States that are built but are not finished because they're missing one simple item: computer chips. So they went to the government and they asked for an exemption. They said, hey, government, we have EPA standards, we have safety standards, we have all this kind of crap. We don't have enough chips. What can we not do? So the government, guess what they said? Well, just don't use any of the chips for fuel economy, save them for other stuff. So if you're ever out there wondering if the government is trying to do that stuff for you to help with fuel economy, no, that is not the case. They just, it's total crap. Yeah. No, I'm with you on that, dude. I'm reading your comments now, Twadhammer. I'm reading it now. Yeah, I totally agree. But yeah, so think about it. So Ford and all these other companies out there now who touted fuel efficiency for years are now going to nix fuel efficiency, right? Chips and modules in their car. One of the chips, okay, there's an engine that's out there. You're driving, it uses all its into the cylinders. While you're on the highway, it just goes down to 2 or 4 cylinders and kind of just coasts you along on the highway. That chip that runs that module, that's one of the chips now that they're yanking out of these vehicles. So now let's burn more fossil fuels in an administration that's supposedly green energy. I'm not getting political here, but you can't tell me as an administration that you're green energy when you right away, the first thing you do is tell people, yeah, get rid of fuel economy chips in these cars just so we can ship them out. I don't know. I think that's kind of total. That's just total crap, and that just totally kind of tells you where things are going and where things are headed. Follow the money trail, follow the doggies that are hanging out with us here on the live stream. But I've gone about an hour and a half, and I didn't want to go too long. I think I'm going to cut it off here. I've had a blast doing this. This has been really, really neat. I made a few mistakes. I'll admit it. I did. I think I got to prepare a little bit different with stuff. I had some good topics here, but it's just really hard. When you don't get a whole bunch of people up on the screen, it's really hard to keep it going. But if you want me to keep going, in the comments below, I will gladly keep going. Or in the chat box on the side. Yeah. No. Well, no, you're right. You are. But how is? I know you're lucky. Yeah. One of the comments was beer. Yeah, like drink another one? Like pound this down on camera? Like is that what you're saying? Like I have to do what's right for the viewer, right? I mean, isn't that the idea? I have to do what the viewer suggests. So if the viewer says, hey, beer, I have to drink, right? I think is that the rule out here? I think it is. Oh, dude, I can pound them. Vegas was rough. I'm not going to lie. So Amy and I got back from Vegas. We got back Saturday. We landed in Atlanta. Holy, I'm not even going to lie. Vegas is effed up. So we went to Vegas. Dude, the one night was a bit much. I am not going to lie. I'm a seasoned pro. Like, I am not going to lie. I am a seasoned pro. Anyone that knows that you don't party with, because dude, Big Daddy can handle it. And dude, in Vegas, man, holy crap! Dude, my wife and we got turned up one night. I mean, we got all the way up. We cranked that knob up, and yeah, I kid you, 4 or 5 days straight, I was suffering, man. My head was just not there. I was shaky for a few days. It was rough, man. Vegas was a blast, but there was some really messed up stuff we saw in Vegas. It was cool. It was really cool. Vegas. Okay, yeah. How about I do that? How about I talk about Vegas real quick because I think people are interested in Vegas. Vegas was not open fully. It was quote open fully, as in like they pulled their restrictions for businesses to open, but a lot of businesses yet weren't open. A lot of restaurants were shut down. Food street that did not have one restaurant. This is where you want a messed up Vegas story time. All right, I can do a messed. I'll do a messed up story Vegas. But yeah, it was true. So we went down to the strip and you could see restaurants closed, man. Even on the strip, like you go into the Venetian, all that, there was not everything was open yet, so it was still really. Sorry, Les, I'm retired, so it's not like I got to worry about losing my job or any shit like that. So let me slam this real quick, and then we're gonna do a messed up Vegas story. Like I said, Big Daddy is a seasoned pro here, so you ever had like a like a beer league or beer drinking team? Dude, you might want to put me on it. Your stream needs beta 3.0 upgrade. You know, okay, I'm doing a piggyback stream right now. I've got a mobile studio. I have my main studio, which is my base PC, which is a freaking beast, dude. It's a tank, man. And then this is my mobile studio here. My mobile studio, I'm gonna have to see how I do that and how I set that up. I am gonna look in that though, Quadhammer, because that's actually a good idea, because I'm gonna see if I can do it on my mobile studio. But all right, so you guys wanted a jacked up Vegas story. All right, you guys want a jacked up Vegas story? All right, I gotta watch some of this shit. Okay, so real bad one. Okay, so my first time in Vegas. I think this was my first time. I think so. I don't know. God damn, maybe that's how bad it was. Okay, so oh, this is gonna be a bad one. All right, so I think it was my first time in Vegas. I went there for a bodybuilding competition. All right, you guys can look this up. All right, look it up. You can see I am not bullshitting. I went to Vegas for a bodybuilding competition. You can type my name into Google. You'll see all sorts of pictures. I didn't. Okay, so Vegas story. So yeah, I did Mr. USA in Vegas. God, what really bad, severe injury, like severe injury. So I'm in Vegas. This was 10, 11, 12 years ago. And again, if you look me up on the internet, you will see the actual Vegas bodybuilding show I was in, and you will see exactly what I look like. So no bullshitting. For people that don't know, I still got the same tattoos. You'll still see the pictures when you see it up in Vegas. You'll still see the same tattoos. So anyways, I'm in Vegas, and I'm in the Mr. USA bodybuilding show. And by that point in time, I had completely obliterated my right shoulder. I mean, completely obliterated it. We're talking disgusting, right? My arm was filled with like blood. This was the show itself was in the summer, but I broke my collarbone. I separated my shoulder. I dislocated my shoulder. I tore my labrum, and I actually split my whole collarbone, like all the way through here, kind of like a tree branch. Like if you were to see a tree branch like this and split, that is exactly what I did to my collarbone. I totally just split my collarbone. So anyways, I hurt my shoulder right around, it was Valentine's Day that year before the show. And I knew that I wanted to keep doing the show. I'd always done bodybuilding. I'd always done sports. And for me, I wanted to keep going, dude. I put a lot of work into this. I had been training for years and years and years. And people were coming to Vegas to see me. perform and compete. You know, my wife was going. We are going to turn it into a vacation. Really, really cool shit. So here I am getting ready. Got to be honest with you, it's been years, so I could really care less. Lots and lots of heavy steroids. Lots. I mean, lots and lots of stuff, dude. Like the background stuff on what happens in bodybuilding shows, I could tell you stories that would make you just cringe and throw up. Happy Valentine's. It's not Happy Valentine's. Yeah, no, it was close to Valentine's Day. It really was. It was really, really close to Valentine's Day. It was super, super close. I remember because I picked my son up out of the crib and my shoulder gave me. I hid my injury from my wife. Yeah, I did. I straight up, I hid my injury from my wife. I literally, this was all black and blue. It was disgusting. My fingers were numb. It was horrible. So anyways, I'm in Vegas and I'm doing Mr. USA, and I pretty much knew in the back of my head that my sports career at that moment was done. The pain was beyond anything you could ever imagine. I'm not a pain meds. I do things without pain meds. Even when I had my shoulder surgery, which was a very, very severe surgery, I did not do pain meds. You can ask my wife. I refuse pain meds. I don't like them. They mask kind of the injuries and like, you know, whatever. So I'm going to Vegas, dude. I was jacked as shit. Seriously, go look it up. Put my name in. I'll even put it down here. Said, you guys are going to find me out sooner or later who I am. I can really care less. My name is right down here. All right. Put this in. All right. Put in Mr. USA for bodybuilding. Okay. I'm putting it in the description so you guys can look it up. You're going to see me built like a in tank, man. I was not the dude with. I am only 5'7". In the off season, I was 268 pounds at 5'7". When I was on stage in those pictures, I was 198 pounds, shredded for the show. So in order to be ready for a bodybuilding show, you have to take tons and tons of diuretics. I mean, holy shit, you have to really take lots and lots of stuff. Dude, it's out there, all right? Look it up. You can judge me all you want. Like, end of story. That's it. All right. Like, dude, lots and lots of drugs, diuretics, steroids, growth hormones, you name it, shots and shots and shots a day, man. Now, mind you, I did all this while being a manager at a manufacturing facility. So go figure that one out. Yeah, that was kind of messed up. Oh, and thank you for the respect, by the way. I just saw your comment. Thumbs up on that one. So yeah, I was loaded to the gills. So bad to the point where before we got on the plane, and I cannot believe I'm sharing this story, but I think statute of limitations have been gone. Before I got on, we were doing shots before I got on the plane so that I had enough shit in my system just to get me on stage. It was that bad. I was a walking zombie, man. I was in rough shape. I mean, the pain was disgusting. Like, it was really, really bad. So anyways, I'm going to Vegas. I'm totally loaded up. We do weigh-ins and we do all like the press conference stuff. And I was so sick. I was sicker than crap. Like, you're supposed to take all these pictures and you're supposed to take all these behind-the-scene photos, you know, and crap like that. Dude, I was not feeling it. I was jacked. I mean, like, I was, but my little doggy wants to cuddle. I was not feeling good. Like, I was sick, man. Like, the pain was so bad. I could barely stand. I was shredded as hell. I mean, my body fat was down there, but, you know, with broken collarbones and separated shoulders, my AC joint was more. I have no collarbone anymore. They cut the collarbone from like here on up. Is completely gone. I have no AC joint. I have an anchor in the front of my shoulder right now. It was really bad. So I go there, and so I did weigh-ins the first day, and, you know, we did the press conference crap, you know, where you do all the interviews and stuff, and I was not feeling it. I weighed it on the scale. I put my hoodie on, and I was like, you guys, I don't even want to talk to you. Y'all can kiss off. I could care less. So after weigh-ins, we went to the hotel room that night, and I put on like 4 or 5 layers of clothes. And the whole rule before bodybuilding is the night before you're supposed to drink red wine, and you're just supposed to sweat out that last bit of water. So when you go on stage, you're as crispy as could be, right? So the night before, now mind you, I'm up as it is already, right? I mean, I am just done. So we go and we're sitting there drinking wine. So I'm completely dehydrated. My calories are like totally messed up. I had done about 5 shots. I swear to God, it was like 5 shots the morning of the flight. I had all sorts of shit in my system. zero painkillers, and I could not feel anything from like here. A total freaking mess. So there's my wife and I. We're sitting there drinking wine at the restaurant, and all of a sudden, like I'm one glass in, and I'm like, "Yo, dude," I was like, "I do not feel good." And she's like, "You gonna be okay?" I was like, "Yeah, everyone tells me, like wine's the best thing to drink, for dehydration and so forth. So I got to do it." So then I'm sitting here and I'm like, "Well, one glass is good. Let's do a second glass." So my dumbass now, mind you, as I'm fully dehydrated, gas to the gills, right, ready to tear up, dude. I do a second glass. I was hammered. I mean, like, and normally, Big Daddy can roast him down and not even feel it. Dude, I was hammered. So I get to the hotel room, no big deal. And I get there in front of the mirror at night and I lift up my shirt and I was just shredded. I mean, just shredded. And I was just like, I could do this. I could do this. So the next day was the show. We get there and I got to admit, I was very, very intimidated. It was Mr. USA was a very intimidating show. The biggest of the big go there. I mean, that's just what it is, man. And I was a little fish in a big pond, and I just did not want to give up, man. I wanted to keep fighting. So we get there, and I'm in the bathroom, and I'm starting to just feel it. Like I am starting to feel it. I'm starting to sweat like the last bits of every chemical and booze in me out, and I just start. You could see my skin. Really cool. So I'm sitting there, I'm in the bathroom, and next thing I know, I hear a thud. Just the bathroom stall doors. Sorry. My neighbor has a obnoxious motorcycle. If any of you guys watch the South Park episode where they make fun of the motorcycle riders that rev it all the time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm in the bathroom stall, and I'm taking a piss, right? Just trying to get the last bit out. And dude, I swear to God, I hear some dude, like I hear a body just hit the stall door, right? It was a guy mainlining diuretics in the stall next to me, passed out. Dude, I'm sitting there in the stall, seated, pissing. All right, I could not stand at that point in time. Anyone that's done any of those shows, you cannot. Like at the end, you're just dead. I am in the stall, seated, and all of a sudden, this dude's body just cranks up on the stall next to me, and his arm just drops down. So all I see, like, is his arm dangling under this stall right here. This dude was mainlining diuretics to make it on the stage, right? I get out of the bathroom, I'm sitting there, and I go to the one guy. There was security around. It was a really good, like, if it's too loud, yeah, that's my neighbor. When you live in the country and they can do anything, I guess it's fair, right? But yeah, so anyways, I get security, and I tell security, and I'm like, there's a guy in the bathroom who's, like, really, really sick. So, yeah, it was. So, yeah, so the dude is messed up. So I get security, right? And this dude, right, was this big dude. He was big. He had to have been in the super heavies. I never found out who it was. I respect people's privacy. I don't get into that kind of stuff. Yo, but dude, open the door, and he's like this, literally mainlining it right there with diuretics to go on stage later. Yeah, he went on stage, dude. They sent him on stage. I kid you not. He refused liquids, right? Because they had the paramedics there. I mean, because people were getting sick left and right behind stage. It's really tough. You get bad cramps and you get really sick. It's really, really rough on your body. So, dude, yeah, he actually ended up going on stage that night. But yeah, it was the weirdest thing. I'm sitting there, I'm taking a piss, just getting the last bit of water out of me, and doom, body hits next to the stall next to me. And I was just like, oh, crap, man. So, yeah, that was my crazy Vegas story. It wasn't like a party Vegas story. I have a few of those. But, yeah, that was like that was something interesting, man. Mr. USA behind the scenes was a cool experience. I can't do it anymore. Like I said, I don't have a collarbone right here anymore. This is all gone. I don't have an AC joint anymore. So I kind of live vicariously through like this kind of stuff. I can still do some things physically, but I can't. I don't have the same physical capabilities that I used to. So yeah, I didn't mean to go on a weird, horrible sport there. I'll probably get demonetized for that story, But yeah, that was my crazy Vegas story. Super appreciate the support. Come on, Hammer. It is super cool to see you joining on here. Thank you so much. And yes, that was the best South Park episode ever. So if you see my neighbors that are sitting there with the Harleys just cranking them, you know exactly what South Park episode I'm talking about. Dude, that is them. In fact, my brother has often said that I should probably start a YouTube channel just about my neighbors because of how messed up they are. I live in the South. I live rurally, but let me tell you, anywhere from like say like Tennessee, Virginia, like Alabama, North South Carolina, like once you kind of get like in the mountain range, like the Appalachian range, we have a lot of weird stuff that happens out here in the country, man. So yeah, I might have to do some cool voiceovers to what my neighbors do. Funny story regarding my neighbors. Earlier this week, all right, and I kid you not, earlier this week, I heard someone on a bike bumping the rev limiter. Okay, it was a race bike. All right, he's just sitting there, just hitting the rev limiter, right? I hear him catch traction for a split second, and then all of a sudden I hear just a loss, right? Dude wrecked his bike in my front yard. Tried to do a burnout, wrecked it in the gully of my front yard. So, me being the good person I am, I'm like, I'm not going to help you out because our neighbors are a little shady. Just the one across the street. Everyone else around me is just, like all the ladies back here. We only have 4 people that live on our street, so it's kind of quiet out here. But the lady that lives here is cool, but the neighbors that are over there are just kind of pains in the butts. Dude, I didn't even help him. I swear to God, the first thing I did was this. I'm up on Snapchat, sending it to my brother and my wife, going, oh, look at these morons. And then, because I'm totally the neighbor of the year, I sent my dogs outside in the backyard, and they're just sitting there barking at them. As soon as my dogs saw that there was someone in the front yard, because again, they wrecked in the ditch in my front yard. He tried doing a burnout on the street. He got traction and wrecked. Dude, I sent my dogs out. So I'm sitting there filming it, and I'm sending it on Snapchat to my wife and my brother. And as soon as they wreck, and my dogs are sent out, so the guy jumps up, he drops stuff on the ground. I was like, dude, hilarious stuff, man, hilarious stuff. So I really appreciate the support, guys. Appreciate the comments. I don't know if this is what you were looking for live stream or not. The last half hour or so, we've kind of gone off the rails a little bit. I probably need to hydrate more. No one's guessed my beer yet. No one has guessed my beer yet. What if I cheat? Can I cheat? Can I cheat? Does that work? I think that might work because you can't see the name of it because the whiteboard kind of blocks it. But yeah, let me know if you guys want me to continue. Just comment down below. Like I said, I still have more beer in the cooler. I think my wife's being a little camera shy tonight. That's totally okay. I don't mind at all. I got my big doggy here. No, it's not Leinenkugel. I'll tell you that. It is not Leinenkugel. I'm trying to think, I'm trying to give you guys clues. All right, it's a Pilsner. It's a German Pilsner. God, if I give you the main clue I want to give, you guys are going to get it, and it's going to totally bum me out. All right, I'll give you one clue, okay? The beer is made in Warstein, Germany. If you don't get it after that, I think you need to reevaluate if you're a real beer drinker or not, or just a real drinker or not. If I give you the clue of it was made in Warstein, Germany, then the rest of it should be easy. So no, not Leinenkugel. So I don't know, you guys. What do you think? Was this live stream fun? Was it something enjoyable? Did we cover what you wanted to cover? For me, I think this was a huge learning experience. I enjoy this. I really enjoy hanging out with people, and whether it's digital, whether it's chat, whether it's commenting with you guys, I really do enjoy this. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go private the rest of the night. I think I'm going to switch from the light 4.8%. I think I'm going to start drinking some high test rum and start chilling out with the family. On Friday nights, my wife and I have a tradition, and the tradition is pretty simple. Friday nights, we watch gold programs. We watch Gold Rush, Bering Sea Gold, you name it, because we like to escape the ideas of what life is, and we like to dream and daydream about life would be if you were to hit it and not be attached to a job and so forth. So I think that's what I'm going to do right now. I think I'm going to end the live stream. I think I'm going to go and be part of the family. And I'm going to mark this down here. All right. I just put down what the beer was. But yeah, I think I'm going to sign off right now. I got Big Doggy with me. It's a little hot out here. He wants my attention. He's such a good boy. Right, buddy? Look at him. Right? How can you guys not like doggies? So Klaus, Family Hobbies and Cards. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. All right, yeah, dude. No, dude, I'll totally do it again. Like, but I'll give enough time though, so that we, you know what I mean. So like we can prepare for it. Fridays hopefully sound cool. Yeah, yeah, dude. Just yeah, careful with the weather. Stock Squatch, you are up north, right? I mean, you got to be up north, right? Let me know where you are, location wise. I'm kind of curious about. There's a couple people with a similar name to you, and I know one of them is in Minnesota. So if that's you up in Minnesota, I've spent a whole bunch of time up in Minnesota. I've spent a whole bunch of time up in Wisconsin, Iowa, South Dakota, the whole upper Midwest. It's kind of where I'm from. So yeah, Stock Squatch, watch the weather out there, dude. Play it safe. Oh, dude, Ohio. Oh, dude, so you've seen a lot too, man. You've seen a lot with your economy, just like what we saw in Chicago. Okay, yeah, I get you now. All right, cool. Um, Cedar Point, for those that don't know, Cedar Point in Stock Squatch, correct me if I'm wrong. Cedar Point, isn't that home to the bad ass outdoor, like kind of roller coaster park? I'm pretty sure, right? Isn't that what it's Cedar Point? I'm pretty sure is what it is. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, guys. So, yeah, I'm going to do my outro. Everyone stay safe tonight, hanging out. Thank you so much for joining me. If you could, drop a like, drop a comment, spread the channel with everyone else. It's not always about crypto, sometimes it's about drinking beer. Unlike all the other YouTube hosts out there, you will actually see me go beer after beer after beer and still keep the content fluid. So, Klaus, family hobbies and cards, here with my big doggies. I'm here with the fans. Thank you so much for watching. Much respect, and I appreciate and adore all of you. Thank you.